Hello, my name is Bruce Bohannon, and in this presentation I'll be covering the global increase in natural disasters and how man-made or anthropogenic climate change is involved in their growing incidence and severity. Over the past 50 years, the global average surface temperature has risen by about 1 degree Celsius or 2 degrees Fahrenheit. This jump in average temperature has resulted from an increase in the concentration of greenhouse gases in the atmosphere, especially carbon dioxide. From 1750 to 2019, the concentration of carbon in the atmosphere grew by about 33%, an unprecedented spike that coincided with the Industrial Revolution. Greenhouse gases trap heat that would have normally escaped via infrared radiation, causing the planet's temperature to rise. Normally, the ocean serves as a massive heat sink for the Earth, so a seemingly small increase in the global average surface temperature indicates an incredible amount of heat being absorbed by the planet's oceans. In terms of energy, the ocean is currently absorbing, with every passing second, the equivalent of 5 atomic bombs of the size dropped on Hiroshima. The change in temperature and atmospheric greenhouse gases is linked to man-made activities. Human emissions of greenhouse gases such as carbon dioxide, methane, and nitrous oxide are relatively small compared to the amounts emitted by natural processes. However, when our contribution is added, it overwhelms the natural cycles that had kept greenhouse gas concentrations in the atmosphere steady for thousands of years. What's more, human emissions continue to increase every year, leading to a greater rise in global average temperature. The global average rise in temperature has resulted in dramatic changes to the planet's climate patterns. From 1970 to 2019, there has been a 5-fold increase in the incidence of extreme weather occurrences. On average, there has been a weather disaster every day over the last 50 years, totaling millions of deaths and trillions of dollars in economic damage. Most deaths occur in less developed countries that lack sophisticated warning systems and disaster preparedness, while the majority of economic damage occurs in wealthier nations. While it is difficult to point at individual extreme weather occurrences and link them directly to anthropogenic climate change, the increase in severity of certain climate-linked natural disasters is attributed to higher ocean temperatures. Rising ocean temperatures have fueled ever greater storms and tropical cyclones. Tropical cyclones, though comprising only 9% of total weather disasters from 1970 to 2019, inflicted 17% of deaths and 35% of economic damage attributed to weather disasters. 3 of the top 10 most damaging natural disasters that have ever been recorded took place in 2017 alone. Hurricanes Harvey, Maria, and Irma inflicted over $200 billion in economic damage. Across the globe, there have been over 750,000 deaths from tropical cyclones in the last 50 years. Along with the increase in storm severity, many areas of the planet are experiencing more extreme weather patterns when it comes to rainfall and precipitation. Flooding is difficult to predict or link to climate change, but climate models have predicted higher precipitation in some areas. Higher peak precipitation leads to wetter rainy seasons and winters, which means a higher risk of flood events. As the ocean temperature increase causes higher rates of precipitation, there is also a rise in sea levels due to ice melt from the polar regions. This can worsen coastal flooding events significantly. Floods are some of the most damaging and extreme weather events that occur regularly and are often linked with storms as the most lethal. There is also greater confidence in certain extreme weather disasters, such as heat waves occurring directly due to climate change. Heat waves have become hotter and more extended. Unprecedented temperature highs are being seen, with a new hottest day record being broken every month in many areas. Heat waves, such as in Japan 2018, where temperatures reached 41.1 degrees Celsius or 105.98 degrees Fahrenheit, or in Canada 2021 that recorded a record high of 49.6 degrees Celsius or 121.28 degrees Fahrenheit, are extremely hazardous to human health, causing thousands of deaths. Such increases in heat are especially dangerous to humans in areas where humidity is already extremely high, such as Hawaii and other tropical zones. The high humidity makes it difficult for a person to naturally cool their bodies, leading to heat stroke and dehydration. As we have covered, extreme weather events are a significant threat to human life and livelihood. Man-made activities, especially our greenhouse gas emissions, have made extreme weather events such as storms, floods, heat waves, droughts, and other natural disasters such as wildfires 5 times more likely to occur. Though wealthier nations are able to lessen the fatalities caused by such events, less developed countries suffer disproportionate numbers of deaths as a result of the changes in the climate induced by human industry. Going forward, it is already impossible to reverse the increase in the global average temperature in the immediate future, even if we were to completely cease emitting additional greenhouse gases. It is unknown if a greater increase will lead to worsening weather effects, but many climate models predict that the likelihood and severity of extreme weather effects will rise alongside the temperature. In order to reduce the deaths and damage from natural disasters, humanity must immediately take steps to lower greenhouse gas emissions, as well as implementing greater disaster preparedness efforts, especially so in less developed countries.